here's how we start our day off, guys. When I come out here, I come out in the morning, you get here, right when these guys kind of get set up. And first thing I do is I ask these guys if they have any questions. Typically, you want to have one or two guys. If you have some guys that's, just kind of have trouble with a language barrier, what you want to do is, there's usually one guy on here that can speak English really well, that can translate for you. So what I usually do is, I usually get with these guys and find out if we got any questions for the day. So we actually did have one or two questions, which was good, and I'm glad we got that corrected. But this is the pending problem that I had last week. These right here are LVL beams, 24 inches. If you look at the LVL beam plan, that's what it calls for. So the first floor plan, it calls for that. But this is what they shipped. The guys shipped 18-inch LVL beams, and it goes right here as a garage header right here. So they shipped 18-inch, 18-foot beams, which will not work according to the plan, the engineered plan. So we had to remove these, which they only sent 2 of them. And the plan calls for 3 of them, just like this right here. See how we got those beams right there? So we're gonna put those there in the place. Now these right here end up being 24 inches. 24 feet long. They're not gonna charge me for the additional probably about 6 feet that I'm not gonna use when I cut this off, because it wasn't my fault, it was their fault. It just could have delayed us a whole day, guys. So what you wanna do, especially on these LVL beams, let me just go through this other question that we had right here. One question was, if you look at the plans, let me show you guys this right here. Let me see the plan over on I'm gonna do a little thing right here. If you look at the plans, if you guys look right here, it's calling for LVL beam to go right across here and right here. That can't happen. That can't happen because this right here is the front porch. All this right here is gonna be concrete. So somehow the engineer got that part wrong. So that has to be corrected. So we caught that before we moved forward. So it's a good thing we caught that, because what would have happened, and I've seen that before, the framers go ahead and frame this right here like wood, and then it never gets corrected. And so now you got a bigger problem later on. So this right here is, like I said, this right here is the front porch. Actually, this right here is it's like a storm shelter that's gonna be here. So these little things make a big difference. So you wanna just make sure when you go through, we got our flooring system that's going on here. My next job is to get this right here done. That's what I gotta do. I gotta fill all this right here in with gravel. So that's gonna be my task this week, to get all that done. And look at that, they dropped that load right there, right in the middle of where I need to be at. That's just how it works, guys. So this is the first floor system. And here's the thing, man, when you're dealing with those LVL beams, which is really, really a good product, guys. I don't have any problem with it. You kind of look at these right here. This right here is what you call your stiffener right here. But this is where your strength come in at, this right here part. So as long as you keep this right here straight, this has a lot of strength, guys. Carries a lot of strength. This right here is OSB, oriented strand board. And it's just a bunch of scraps, wood chips from other lumber that's all been compressed together with glue, and it makes a real good, strong product, okay? As a matter of fact, these LVL beams can span longer than conventional lumber, which is also another good thing. I'm sorry, the I-joist. They can span longer than your regular dimensional lumber joist can. So you see how long these eye joists are right here. And not only that, you can cut big holes in them if you need to run ductwork through them. So there's a lot of advantages that you have from that you get from engineered lumber. Okay, put this on here. See what I'm saying? And you can, let me just go right here, kind of show you what I was talking about, guys. So we may have to have this guy. You see it right here? So this right here is porch area. So you shouldn't have any joists going across here. But they actually put that there. I don't know why they put that there. There should be any joist here. There should be any flooring joist there. It's gonna create a problem. Okay? So the next thing I gotta do is I gotta fill this right here up with gravel. Hopefully my gravel will come pretty soon, so I gotta fill this up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pour this once they get those once they get the rim joists up all the way around. That way I can kind of see how high the floor is gonna be, so I can see how many steps we're gonna have going from the garage right into the house. So this is what you got, guys. It's kind of what you want to do in the morning. Make sure everything gets started. I may need to bring some trash bags over here so these guys will start putting stuff like that in it. Other than that, we got everything backfilled. I got my cameras over there. I can still watch and see what's going on. All right, guys. You guys have a good day. All right, man, I got on site today, and this is really what I don't want to see. When I look around, my frame is not here, man. It's beautiful weather out here and pretty. Man, you can get a lot of work done here. So I had to call my framer up. One thing you got to do, guys, you got to show up on these sites every day. I actually got some cameras over here. I can actually see them. I don't have to drive over here to see them, whether or not they showed up. But what's happening right now, guys, is there are not enough framers to go around. And so they're being spread thin. Because it's been spread thin, what they're doing is they're going out securing other jobs. And they'll do a little bit on one job and just enough to get it. And then what they do is, then they spread themselves thin. They get that crew and they'll split that crew up. If you got 6 guys on the crew, maybe 4 will go over here and 2 will go over here, just enough to kind of keep things going. The mindset has changed a little bit. And typically, back in the day, what they would do is they'll show up on a job site and they'll knock that. If they send 10, they'll send 10 guys out there to knock that whole thing out the way in 1 or 2 weeks, if they can. So I gotta check and see what's going on here. But hey, it happens sometime. But now, well, let me get into the lesson part. All right, so here's what you got here is the engineered system. That's for the next floor. Right over here, we got some gravel. Now, all of this gravel here, I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Went on here and got 5 loads. Now, guys, this right here is recycled crushed concrete. 57. That's the stone size, 57. So It's the same as 57 gravel. Now, I could get this right here. It serves the same purpose. I can get this right here, or I can buy just regular 57 gravel, which would cost me double the price. But what's gonna happen is this stone right here is gonna be dumped into here. So my guy's gonna have to build like a little ramp right here, and he's gonna just dump this off into there. And this is the main level garage, okay? So what's gonna happen is we're gonna fill all this up with 57 gravel, and then we're gonna put a poly in here, 6 mil poly, vapor barrier, so the moisture won't come up through it. We're gonna take this rebar and bend it down. Oh, there go the framers. Look at the devil. We're gonna bend this rebar down, and once we bend it down, we're gonna run rebar across this way, this way, this way, and then we're gonna go across this way and tic-tac-toe style. That's gonna give it that extra support. So we got rebar encapsulating this thing too. And then we're gonna pour our slab on top of that, which will pick us up about 4 inches. Maybe 5 inches, guys. So to pick us up a little bit, I'll put a vapor barrier along the edge right here, or flashing right along the edge right here, so that don't get wet, okay? And then, guys, we'll be ready to pour our slab. So we'll pour that slab, and we'll probably have about 1 step going into the house on the main level garage. Now, if I've already sent in for the porch, you got to get a porch pan over there. So the guys go in there and put a porch pan over the storm shelter. So, hey, my framers have showed up, so that's a good sign. But you know, it's 850, so it's not that bad. Right here, you know, I got to get a porch pan here too. I didn't think about this as well. So I'm gonna snap a picture of this right here and send it to them. We need a porch pan, so we're gonna pour slab right here as well, because this right here is it's like a door right here, and we can step out right here. All right, but guys, we got this. So this is a lot going on here. We're gonna come here and you got to be real careful, guys. This is some dangerous stuff right here, man. You can get out here and you can really hurt yourself. So you got to really be. If you fall down in this hole, it's a wrap. So we go here, we got 10 feet on the main, 10 feet studs. These guys will brace these up, they're kind of crooked right now. But this is dangerous right here, very dangerous. You can fall down there, that's, you know, ain't no telling what you'll break up doing that. But we got this going on here. You know, it's always good to be here on site to make sure you guys on the same page. I had to come here and make sure all our windows are on the same plane. The top of the windows, the windows at least. We go here. I'm looking just to make sure everything looks good. I mean, this is kind of too early in the game to be trying to critique these guys and eat them up. Right here, you know, we got a 2 stud corners. You know, so that these guys didn't forget that. So I don't want to just really come through and start, you know, ripping these guys apart right now. You know, just trying to, hey, you got this wrong, you got that wrong, you want to leave them alone. Let them get it. Let them get. Now, if it's something really, really critical, like the height of the windows, yeah, y'all need to get that right. Don't let them keep going with that unless that stuff is correct, because that's a major item there. This little thing picking up the golf balls. So you want to. That's what you want to make sure. So you want to kind of walk through it, and the guys are headed in a good direction. They got everything down. This looks good. I saw the guys when they put the glue down and the subfloor, so that's a good thing. These guys are framed up for me. Abel has been with me for years. He's been framing for me for years. I'm talking about damn near 20 years plus, something like that. But he knows what I want. He knows how this thing needs to go, how it needs to work out. So, you know, in some cases I can trust him, but there's always items that we need to make sure we're on the same page on. When I look at this right here, I look down here, we're probably gonna need about 5 more loads. My grade is going right, man. This is, guys, this is what you want. And the reason for all this right here is because planning on the front end. I made sure I planned everything on the front end to get all this stuff you know, all these headache type items. I tried to get all that stuff figured out on the front end. So we're gonna take this grade down, run that water back there. We'll leave a few of these trees back here, especially the trees beyond the silk fence, but I'm probably gonna leave everything back there. And anything that's about 10 feet within the house footprint, I'm gonna take that down. But everything else, I'm gonna try to leave as much wooded area as I can back here. That's always a good thing. You want that buffer between the like the golf course and the homeowner's house, you know. Okay guys, that's about it. It's a little bit too, I wanna, you know, these guys are doing good. No complaints, okay? All right, you guys have a good day.